Good morning. I'm in the shop again today, and I'm working on, you can see the countertop in the background here. That's that wet bar top I talked about earlier. I epoxied some of that last night, and I had a little bit of leak through. I didn't seal up the back very well, but anyhow, I sealed up the back today with some silicone, and then I'll re-pour a little bit, but a lot of this is holding. You can see this is held pretty good, and all these cracks, and it's going to be a very beautiful bar top. So today I'm also working on the vanity, and I'll be pouring some live edge, kind of like a river. This is the countertop I'm going to be working. I got to re-pour the top of that, and anyhow, this is the little cabinet door. I'm going to be pouring that next here, and so come along and see how I do this. Got this clamp to go across top to hold this down so it doesn't float, and I use wedges underneath here with some blocks and just tighten them up to keep that from floating. Doesn't have to be super tight, but enough to keep it from floating up. The epoxy's a little wet down there, which I don't mind because it's going to be colored. This is going to be a colored epoxy, so that won't show through, but I like to get it. I like my projects to look good from the back too, and if this epoxy, if this silicone that I use to seal this edge up is in the epoxy back there, then it kind of looks a little bad, but it won't be seen from the front, the offset of it. But I'm going to try to clean it up. Silicone on the back side is what I found works the best for keeping epoxy from running out. So this is my epoxy table. It's melamine, and I have 2x6 is dadoed in to the side here, and then it's sealed with silicone all around it. So this is actually a watertight table I have, so I'm not afraid to spill epoxy in here. With some of these boards, I'll put an outline of silicone around that, so when it pours down through, when I'm trying to strengthen, because a lot of these boards I had to strengthen before I could work them. And that's what this line is here, was an old epoxy for these boards. That's the silicone line, silicone line that I put around the boards. Then when I poured epoxy through there, because they were so brittle but beautiful, and I couldn't plane them the way they were, they would blow up in the planer. So that's what I have this table for. Now I'm going to mix up some epoxy. This is not 1-in-1, it's 1 1/2 stone coat epoxy. Stone coat epoxy is a very good epoxy. This is the hardener, the B, and the resin, the A. And this will take quite a bit. I kind of guess on how much I'm going to take, so I think I'm going to do, probably, so I like to do 2 pours, so I'll probably just do 8 ounces. Is for the stuff I have is for deeper pours up to like 1 inch, and so as I start to stir this, you can see that it starts to swirl in there, and try not to get too many air bubbles in this. You're supposed to not swirl it so much. I'm not too worried because this is going to be colored, and I'm here all day, so I can babysit these pours and blow the bubbles out with the blowtorch. And anyhow, so I'll stir this up and get it mixing. We're cleaning the rest of the shop out there where I work the wood. That's what all the background noise you hear. And I got to go out there and work on a little bit of stuff. So I'll be doing this simultaneously. All right, so storage ran out on my phone, so I had to switch to my SD card. But Johnny here, this is Johnny. Johnny is, you're my 5th son, right? Yeah. Because you have Talon, who's the oldest son? Yeah. Andy, Steve, and Curtis. Okay. And this is George. Say hi, George. Hi. Hi. And this is Z. Just walked in.
And Curtis.
And Curtis. How's things going out there? They're working on some corrals today. So I'm pouring this in, letting it just run in here. And we'll see how much it takes. So what'd you guys get done out there, you said?
We just pulled all that poop out and put it all in a pile.
The big pile?
Yeah. No. Inside the grill.
Oh, the pile inside the corral?
Yeah.
The more pile.
So, where do we want to put those corrals? Yeah, once you clean that up, that way we have a spot we can pick.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Those two are hard workers right there. So is Johnny. Johnny likes to talk more than work. It's pretty quiet right now. Must be camera shy.
I just don't want to I don't want to talk over you. So I'm making video.
Well, that's a change. You always talk over me. Johnny, what's your favorite thing to do?
I don't know. Ride horses.
Ride horses, huh?
It's what my favorite thing is.
What's your favorite thing, Georgie?
Goats.
Goats?
Mm-hmm.
So tell them about your goats.
So we have 3 goats. One's like a month old. No, it's like almost a year old. Yeah, and 2 of them are like grown-ups, kind of. One's a year old. No, one's a year old. One is.
Why don't you let him talk, son?
Okay. One's a year old, and one it's like 3 years old, and I can ride one of them, and one of their names is Big Mama, Goaty, and Reba, and that's and we can whoop them and all that crap.
Crap? What do you talk like that for? So, goats, you like riding them or roping them is your favorite thing?
Both of them. But you can't really rope them.
He's learning though.
Yeah. Yeah. One time I threw my own rope and it landed on top of it.
So, I'll give you a little closer look at this. I think it's going to look kind of cool. We'll let this one set a while, and I got to work on the back plate of the other ones, and I'll bring it in here once I get it prepped on the back because I need to seal it up a little bit, and then we'll put it in here and we'll epoxy it, so we'll be doing both of them at the same time. This is the side of that vanity, and I'm going to put pour epoxy in these holes here. So, but on the back side, where this is at, I got to build a piece that goes here and across here to seal that up so I can pour the epoxy. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. These are a shelf project that my son Andy's been working on a little bit last night, and they go with that shelf I made earlier, the mantle and countertop back there. That's all part of that project. So we're going to build this to go in here. All right, tape measure. Need a piece of wood. I think I'll put a piece of wood all the way across the bottom of this. What do you think I should use? Got all these scraps. But
if you haven't seen it, you should go back and see it.
Gonna blow some more bubbles out of this thing. It's fully loaded with bubbles right now. Wipe it all out. Is that looking pretty, guys?
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think?
Pretty good.
That's pretty, huh?
Yeah.
So let's see what this what do you do with this one. Give me the little yellow scraper. George, can you come on this side over here, bud? There you go. Okay, Johnny, where's that box? The scraper box. Let's put my trash in there.
I think this one needs cleaned up.
Off. Where's that silicone spray? Oops, throw that in there. Another trick of the trade is I spray this bottom here to keep things from sticking as bad with the silicone lubricant spray. It helps that epoxy not to stick to the melamine as much.
It does not smell very good at all.
All right, I had to take the countertop out. I had some bubbles right here and right here. And the best way to get those bubbles out is with a wire wheel on a angle grinder. So I'm going to mix up some epoxy here. I'm going to fill in the rest of this. I'm going to mix up some more epoxy now. It's not going to take a ton to do that one. You want to move quickly with the torch so you don't burn your epoxy and the wood. So probably mix up a couple of ounces here. Probably 3 ounces, probably we'll end up mixing up 3 to 4. Looks like I got 4 in there. So we're going with 6. Didn't want to get that much in there. But, let's see. That other one may be dry enough to use the rest of this in, so we won't waste it. I'm gonna mix this a lot slower because it's gonna be a thinner pour. I want the bubbles to settle out a little better. That one's had a lot of suspended bubbles in there from whipping it. You don't want to whip your epoxy. We'll see how this pours out. Come here.
Mom, come on.
I brought shop snacks.
Oh. He just asked if he could go home with you. Yes, you can go home with him. With Mom.
But I'm gonna leave this shop snacks with Dad.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna say today because
I'm gonna go home and cut some vinyl and make some lunch, okay?
okay. Bring it back when it's done for us, okay?
Alright. I love you, honey.
Well, I kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about how I started doing the woodworking. I had my oldest son had put in his papers to go on his mission, and we encouraged him to work and save all of his own money. Well, he worked really hard, saved his money. He saved enough money for his entire mission. And so the idea was for me, on my spare time and in the evenings, I would build mantles and woodwork, and the money that I profited off that I would put in his mission account. And so when he got home, he would have some money to get started to go to college or do what he needed to do when he got home. So that's kind of why I started in this, and we've been tremendously blessed. We were able to pay for his mission with the help of others donating, but he came home to almost a full bank account of when he left. So we were tremendously blessed. And I call the wood side of my business here is Mission Mantles, and Wilhelm Woodworking and Mission Mantles. That's kind of the business name I use for these. And here's some of the product. That is a cabinet front. That's the cabinet countertop. This is a vanity that I'm building, and that's the side. So you have the side here. I'll epoxy the centers like I did the countertop, and then this will be the front here, and this is actually will be the door. It opens up, and that'll be the cabinet door to go underneath that vanity in a bathroom. This lady wanted stuff off her own lot, so we cut this a few months ago, and I milled it on a sawmill, on our sawmill that we have here, and planed it, worked it, and dried it all out. And now I'm getting ready to put this together, so you'll see this one coming up soon on another video, it being put together. That's how I got started in the woodworking and started doing this. I dabbled in it when I was younger. When I first got married, we had a couple tables, end tables, and now it's I've done a few mantles and projects. You can see I got kind of a full workshop there. I've been tremendously blessed in doing this, and thank my Heavenly Father above for giving me the patience and talent to work with the wood, and thank him every day for being able to do this. I truly enjoy doing the woodworking, especially when it's really cold outside. Right now outside's probably 10, 12 degrees. Woke up, I think yesterday morning or the day before was 7 degrees, so it's pretty cold. So this is another way that I stay busy and can bring in a little extra income to help with the family. Anyways, if you like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Appreciate you watching, and thanks for your support. This is Tin Barn Farms, over and out. Thank you. So we did this epoxy yesterday on these things here, and the heat did real wonders. It's set up good enough to be touched, but I didn't get to, kind of got a little carried away, forgot to turn the video camera on, but we ended up doing live edge. This is a clamp put down there to hold it flat, and I want to thank the Parsons for that clamp, and it works really good with my epoxy table here. But that's the countertop. This one here is the face. This one here will go in here as the door, but this is what we were doing yesterday, getting those done. And we got some shelves out there that I'll show you, but looking really good. This is Tin Barn Farms, over and out.